Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MAVA's Podcast. I'd like to welcome today Mr. Roger Reeves from the 169th
American Legion. Yes.
Post. Yeah, I appreciate you being here.
Appreciate it, Jim. Appreciate the invite.
Yes, sir. You're about what number? Number 12? 13.
Oh, lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13.
Okay.
That's something. That's good. But yeah, we enjoyed always having the veterans in here and hearing their stories firsthand,
Right?
And it's always good to hear the actual story from the veteran rather than, you get the boots on the ground is what we call it, that comes straight from that person. And what MAVA's wanting to do is remember all these things and keep them on this podcast. So in the future, your children or grandchildren or great-grandchildren, they'll look it up one of these days and say, hey, there's my grandpa. I didn't know he served or something like that, And they want to hear, we've had a lot of good feedback about family members saying, we loved it. We never knew about this and we never knew about that, where they served, why they came here to Wichita. So that's one of the things we're doing here.
Okay.
Okay, Roger. Let's open it up. Roger, where did you grow up?
Well, I kind of grew up between Clovis and Roswell, New Mexico, for about the first 12 years of my life. I was born in New Mexico, so I'm a New Mexican.
There you go.
And lived on a ranch and a farm. And then in 72, 73, we moved to Memphis, which was culture shock.
Culture shock. That's
big time. Yeah. And then from there we went to Denver, and then I joined the military in Denver. But I picked the Air Force because I grew up in aviation.
Oh,
my dad was an aircraft mechanic, and so I grew up around airplanes. Was flying at 16, wow. And where we lived in Clovis was right across the street or across the Highway 60 from Cannon Air Force Base. I actually played Little League ball on Cannon.
All right.
In the 60s.
So you're saying your father had a big influence on your decision to join the Air Force and
oh, absolutely.
And just really instilled some values in you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good work ethics and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my entire family was old school. Farmers, ranchers, longshoremen. Yeah.
Wake up early and go to bed late.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Basically, that's a lot of us. A lot of people do. I've heard a lot of stories about people growing up on a ranch and we're working in fields and stuff like that. And it's really our generation has that those morals that you better get up and work.
Yep. So, or you don't eat.
Right.
So that's the way I grew up. I think a lot of us did. And, we weren't poor. We weren't rich. We were lower middle class. We worked. Never went hungry. Always had a place to live. So, but I mean, I've pretty much been working my whole life.
Yeah, it's pretty much a cornerstone of what got you to where you're sitting at today. Just those family values and the work ethics, and then of course your military service.
Yep. Well, I'm retired now.
Are you?
Yeah. I flunked retirement twice, but it took this time.
I've flunked it once. I've retired once, went back. So hopefully, in the near future, we'll call it another chapter in my life.
There you go.
You go.
But no, I joined in 1978. March 13th. Got sent to Lackland Air Force Base. San Antonio, Texas. It's the only training base that the Air Force has.
Right.
And I actually did basic and went straight to my base, Luke Air Force Base in west of Phoenix. My tech school was supposed to be in like 3 or 4 months, but I was pavements, heavy equipment, and I grew up on a ranch. So I'd already driven dump trucks, front end loaders.
Correct. There's nothing like I said, like you said, heavy equipment.
Yeah.
Heavy equipment. One time I was looking for work outside of when I got out, in 91, and they asked me, I went to the work services here, and they asked me, have you ever operated any heavy equipment? And I said, well, I was in the Army, and if you consider a 113 tag, carrier, it's basically the same thing. It's got your levers and your track wheels and a diesel engine, right? I'd say that's a little bit of a heavy piece of heavy equipment. And they're like, no, well, we're looking for like maintainers, combines or anything like that. Just something farm related or highway department related.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you already had an edge.
I did. And, well, with my tech school, I graduated high school early. When I went in the Air Force, I was 17 years and 6 months old in a couple of days. And I went in. I did the late enlistment program. Graduated high school early, called up the recruiter and said, okay, I can go now. And I went. So I was young. And I got to Luke, and after 3 or 4 months, they were like, we're not sending you to tech school. You already knew how to do most of this when you got here. So I never went to tech school. So when people, Shepherd's huge, and I've never been to tech school. So I don't know. I never did that. And then we maintained runways, taxiways, built streets, did fence, maintained the barriers, the cable barriers, the pavement part. We did range cleanups, though, out on Gila Bend Gunnery Range with the OD, where they would defuse the UXOs, and we would have M-Series dump trucks, 10-wheel drive dump trucks, in the desert, and we'd pick them up with little truck-mounted cranes that would dig a big hole with a dozer, and they'd blow it up.
Right.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
anytime you blow something up, it's fun.
Right. I'm telling you. But really, that's what I did. And I started with FedEx in 1980 when I was still in the Air Force. So when my separation date came up, it was a pretty easy choice. I already had a job.
Good.
And it was my temporary job to get me through college. And I ended up staying 35 years.
With FedEx?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I retired 10 years ago in 2015.
Yeah, I have one retirement under my belt with TxDOT, Texas Department of Transportation.
There you go.
And I was operating heavy equipment for them for 25 years. And when it was time to go, I was like, where do I sign?
Yeah, I was going to stay, but I was 55. I could leave. I had a good pension, and the company was changing, as most are now. And I'm an aircraft mechanic, and I always kind of did that on the side at drop zones and FBOs. So I went to work for Lufthansa Airlines at their training center in Goodyear and worked on airplanes until COVID shut us down. And we decided to move to Wichita Falls. And my best friend I met in the military, Scott Parker, he retired from the Air Force after 20 years up in Altus. We wanted to be close. And no offense, I'm not living in Altus. I was looking for a city that was 100,000-ish people within 2 hours of major airport, because people don't realize this, but FedEx is an airline.
Right.
We fly boxes, not people. And so I'm a retired airline employee. So I can use those benefits on some airlines. So we wanted 2 hours within an airport, and 100,000 people. So I saw Wichita Falls on Google Maps and called Scott and Ron up in Altus and went, because we visit them. And I'd driven through Wichita Falls on the way there, but that was all I knew. And then I asked them what kind of town it was. They go, it's a really nice town. You'll like it. And I was online. I found a house online. And a builder called the builder up, ended up talking to him, Douglas Custom Homes, and sent him a check. And they started building a house. And I'd never been to Wichita Falls and visited, really.
Wow.
I know. It's called faith.
Yes.
And we finally came out and started meeting people. And we realized that after about the second visit, we were really going to like it here.
Yeah.
And that was we actually moved here in October of 2021.
Wow.
So, and like Mayor Short says, I love this city.
I do too. That's why I'm still here. Yeah.
So,
it's good, big, small town. It's a big, small town.
got some decent restaurants. I know some of the kids think there's nothing to do, but if you look around, but Dallas is 2 hours away.
Oh, yeah.
Oklahoma City's 2 hours away. We've been to concerts at both places. Sometimes, my wife and daughter will go into Dallas and shop at a mall. And
Lubbock, nobody ever mentions Lubbock. Lubbock's good, and
I have family in Lubbock actually,
yeah.
Because my dad was born in Hockley County, and I mean my family actually has a very long history in Texas. So I wanted to move back here. Well, even though I've never really lived in Texas, but I wanted to come back to Texas. I mean it's a nice state, and they're very good for veterans.
Right.
It's one of the best places to live in the United States if you're a vet.
Oh yeah,
So-
Shepherd Air Force Base is amazing. They reach out to the community. It's a good partnership.
Oh yeah,
Good partnership, and it's been around for a long time.
forever. It
Yeah.
didn't used to be a B-52 base.
It was.
So-
Yeah.
It surprised me when I heard that, but then knowing the length of the runway, once I found that out, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not that surprised now.
Yeah, they say that the concrete's like 3 feet.
Has to be to
3
support the
feet.
airplane.
Yes. There's a lot of things I pick up. I work out at the base, and you pick up little things. You're looking at the names of halls and stuff, and I'm like, okay, let me do a little research on some names, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. So, Roger, tell us a little bit about what you've done outside of the military, if you don't mind.
Well, I worked at FedEx Express 35 years, and I started really throwing boxes, and then I delivered packages, and then I was an instructor where I taught weight and balance, trained ramp agents in weight and balance, which is loading the aircraft, how to handle dangerous goods, how to clean up dangerous goods spills, because in order for a dangerous goods package to get on an airplane, there's a lot of rules and regulations. So we inspect them and make sure. And then I trained couriers, was in management, and I enjoyed it. They paid well, had great vacation benefits, great benefits, and I just kind of ended up staying. And then when I retired, ended up at Lufthansa, and best job I ever had. I loved FedEx, but Lufthansa, I was just a mechanic, and I loved it. It was like, there's a lot of pressure.
Right.
Aircraft mechanics, you're not allowed many mistakes because you can't just pull an airplane over if something happens. So a lot of responsibility.
Alternator on it or something.
Well, people don't realize if you're a certified FAA mechanic with an airframe and power plant rating, by the time you finish that, you probably have more seat time, sitting in a classroom than most people with 4-year degrees.
Oh yeah,
You're trained in a lot of different things, and
I believe it.
When I went through school, 40 years ago, we were taught a lot more hands-on than, we actually did aircraft fabric and all that. Now they don't. They just kind of read over it because, frankly, there's not that many of those airplanes around.
Right.
But anybody that's watching, hey, if you got a kid, tell them to go be an aircraft mechanic.
Oh yeah.
The pay's good. And people are getting out, you got 22-year-old kids getting out of school now, going to the airlines, starting at $75,000 a year and going up from there.
One of the things that comes to mind when that happened was the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General Brown. Charles Brown came into town, and he was doing kind of like a walk around the Shepherd. And he was stressing to, at the time, I believe it was General Dietrich. I drove them around, and he was stressing that not everybody in the Air Force is going to be a top ace pilot. It's not going to be a Maverick or whatever.
Right.
There's so much more to do in the Air Force rather than being an ace Top Gun. So what we did, we went to, there's a pole section where you climb a pole and hook up electric lines. There's manholes where they go down and do the plumbing, all kinds of plumbing. Not only that, how to how to retract a person that's disabled or whatnot, that's down, how to retract them from a hold or bring them down from a hold. A lot of these things are just skilled. They have kids who visited fuels. You got to have the right fuel in an aircraft to make that thing fly right.
And
you have to know schematics. They have central heat and air, HVACs. They have electrical. There's a whole bunch that goes into an aircraft that a lot of people just think, okay, there's two guys flying it, and that's it.
oh no,
No, it's...
hey, you know, aircraft mechanics, because pilots need heroes too, because they ain't flying without maintainers.
They're not, or they're not going to fly very far.
Well, yeah, because they break a lot. I mean, yeah, training aircraft especially require a lot of maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, the F-35, F-15, F-16s, and really start with the F-35. You have to be very, very, very technically advanced to work on that.
Right.
And it's with all of the fly-by-wire now, even in the civilian aircraft. It's, you know, you have to know electronics and
Even the basic an ejection seat or whatnot.
oh, there, yeah. So
there's like a whole school
just for that.
just for that.
There's a whole shop just for that, and it's
Right.
yeah. People understand the complexity of all the modern aircraft now, and you know, my heart's still in GA, general aviation. It's because they're simple. People call them bug smashers, but I tell you what, I love them because I'm a simplistic guy, and so yeah, I like that.
I couldn't fathom even opening the cockpit of a 22, a Raptor, these new ones that are coming out these days. They're just looks like they can just fly themselves.
Well, they can. I'm not, and you know, because I'm an old school guy, I'm not really fond of those because a lot of those airframes are statically unstable, so they need a bunch of computers to make those little minute control surface deflections that no human being can do. I don't care how good you are. Even Chuck Yeager couldn't do it. But I don't care how, you know, you can't.
The Wright brothers.
And it's, you know, and I don't know, the guy in me says, I don't want to take an airplane up if I get a couple of computers shot up or if an electron gets caught crossways.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to leave the
There's
airplane.
a sunburst and everything kind of goes out of whack.
I don't want to be there. So I'm an old fashioned kind of guy. I mean, I learned to fly, you know, in the 70s on, you know, Cessna 120s and 140s, you know, nice simple airplanes with 85 horse engines. And I've flown some very complex airplanes, but the old airplanes teach you how to fly. Right. They teach you what stick and rudder is.
They use it today. Yeah.
Got to be a good stick and rudder guy to be a good pilot. And, you know, I hate saying this, but most people don't realize when you're flying on a commercial jet, the second the wheels are tucked in, if not before, auto's flying the airplane. Right. And they just sit up there and turn dials for altitude heading, and everything's plugged in through the ACAR system. And
like cruise control, right?
It is. Most of them don't touch the controls until they start a descent, unless something bad happens. Right. And you know, like
turbulence or
even then,
a motor.
Even then, and you know, the only thing about flying commercial is I hope the guy in the pointy end of the airplane's having a good day. Because if he's having a good day, I'm having a good day. Yeah. Because that old aviation saying, I don't want to be up there wishing I was down here. Man. You know. Yeah. And
okay. Yeah. So now I know you do you're working with Catholic Charities
I do.
Nowadays?
I'm the vice commander of Thomas Fowler American Legion Post 169. I do volunteer at Catholic Charities. I do a lot for the veteran community. I actually started that in Phoenix. All right. My wife's a Marine. Cool. She went in about 84, and she did 8 years. Wow. And you've met my wife, all 5 foot of her. And no, I don't run my house. She does. Yeah. I'm smart enough to do what the Marine tells me to do. But she's a breast cancer survivor. Oh, And she did spend time at Camp Lejeune.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started finding out about this, when we were going through that, it started the process of finding out what the VA does. Because I'd never sought VA benefits or anything before. And learning about all of the misinformation and everything like that, it kind of started me down this path of being, a proponent for veteran concerns.
Correct.
And I started that kind of thing in Phoenix. Got involved with the city of Glendale, city of Buckeye, and we did a lot of veteran stand downs. Got to the VA about my wife, and started learning all of this stuff. And then when I moved here to Wichita Falls, I actually, because I was a member of the American Legion in Phoenix, I was actually belonged to the Buckeye post. When I got here, we were out here checking on the house, and I looked up, Google search of American Legion posts, and I saw post 169 and post 120, and they're right next to each other down there on Lakeshore, and I thought, that's really weird. And it was a Saturday, so I went down there, just to see where they were at. Well, 169 was having something going on, so I pulled in, ended up talking to Mike Kurtz, and I just transferred my membership. So I actually kind of joined before I moved here.
Right.
And just as soon as we moved here, started going to meetings and got involved. And I'm the vice commander now, and we're a post that we're very involved in the community. We're not we don't treat it like a private bar, which is, I know a lot of people think of the American Legion
or VFWs.
Yeah, is a private bar that people sit around, smoke, and drink and tell war stories. Well, we don't allow smoking in the post. We don't drink that much, and but we are involved in the community. Well, I was working with a couple of vets, and Mike Battolino, who's a friend of mine and a member of the post,
yes, sir,
called me up and said, "Hey, you need to come down to Catholic Charities and talk to these people because you're doing a lot of the same things on your own through the post that they're doing." So we scheduled a meeting about, that's been like a year and a half ago. And I met Janice McCullough and Brian Lalone. He's their Veterans Outreach guy.
Right.
And we just immediately meshed. And I just kind of jumped in with both feet and became an official volunteer. And I can do a lot of things they can't do. Like I can give someone a ride. And if I find a vet that may need some help, then I know where to go. We've recently become involved with the Faith Mission because they have the New Beginnings program. And there's, right now, I think it's 9 vets that are in there. And at our meeting Monday night, I brought it up in front of the post. And anyone who's a veteran that graduates the program, which is 13 months, we're going to adopt them into the post and pay their first year membership and be their community. Because after all, that's what the American Legion and MAVA and DAV and the other veterans organizations, this is what we're supposed to be doing.
Correct.
And so we're doing some really good work. And this Saturday, the Thomas Fowler American Legion Post, we're having our big barbecue. It's our biggest thing of the year. Come down, please come down. We open the gates at 10 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have jambalaya made by a real Cajun chef, and I'm here to tell you it's really awesome. Kenny will have his pulled pork sandwiches.
Right.
We'll have other food, and then if you want to be a judge and eat, they'll have chicken, ribs, and brisket, and we need judges, and you get to eat for free. I'm telling you,
free is good.
You can sit there, and if you judge all of them, because you got to remember, if we have like 27 cooks, you're going to take 27 bites of each one. So by the end of the night, you're going to have meat sweats. And we also have a silent auction. We've got a lot of really good stuff. We've got some date night baskets ready to go that'll have wine and movie tickets and steaks and let's see. Oh, we have a big recliner. We have a recliner that the furniture store donated. That's always, do that. So we'll have a lot of really cool stuff for silent auction.
How long has this been going on?
This is our 5th one.
Yeah.
And I think it's our 5th one. Or 4th one. 4th or 5th. They all blend together after a while, let me tell you. And our post is also the sponsor for Toys for Tots for Wichita County. My wife is actually the coordinator, Terry. And this year we helped, almost 600 families. And it was, I don't know, 6,000 kids or something. It was a lot. It was a lot. So we actually start that in September, planning. We go to training and all that.
One of the things that caught my ear was that you started off there in New Mexico and came over here and just fell right in.
Arizona, yeah. When I left Phoenix,
right. And one of the things, my wife and I were the same way. We, Rosemary, the founder of MAVA, she entrusted us with what she started because she knew we had a passion for veterans. And not only that, of course, me being a veteran, my wife, she just like a glove, fit right in, took over, and it's been a great experience. And one of the things that sticks with me is I didn't know about some of the problems I had being a combat veteran until I started with MAVA and helping other veterans that a lot of Vietnam veterans, and man, it just sparked a fire in me that I wanted to help some veterans, and I felt good about it. My wife feels good about it. All of MAVA's committee members feel passionate. I call them true patriots because, they may not have put on a uniform, but by golly, they're Americans and they love America, and I call them patriots. And that's one of the things a lot of people need to know, that people like you and I that have served, we don't stop serving. That we've kept on. I've been out of the military for 35 years, Desert Storm, and it's always been something that's been instilled to my core and my wife's values, that we're going to help some people.
Absolutely.
And if we can't help them, we're going to go to somebody else like yourself that will direct these veterans because they need help.
Yeah, it's, look, throughout life, like I was in a very stressful job for 35 years, and then the military. Mm-hmm. And for many years, I was, especially in Phoenix, I had a lot of friends that were combat vets with the current war on terrorism. Because they were far younger than me, mm-hmm. and it's always like, hey man, go get some help. And even here, when I got here, it's taking people, go get some help. And sometimes you got to listen to your own advice. So I did, and feel way better. Yes. But it's it does feel good, because between the Post and Catholic Charities and the other things, and you guys and other veterans groups I've worked with here, we have made a difference in people's lives. Mm-hmm. And when you look at where somebody was and where they're at now, and you think, I mean, right? That, I won't mention any names, but he was living in his car. Mm-hmm. Now he has an apartment. He's got his VA disability he earned and deserves, and he's doing great. Mm-hmm. And we, and I have a couple of guys that I worked with for over a year, vets that are now in the New Beginnings program, and they're going to come out after 13 months new men. And you don't have to have an addiction problem to go into the program. Mm-hmm. Some guys, just because of depression or anxiety or something like that, because of their military service, they're lost. Right. And they've never learned, once they got out of the military, they never learned how to be an adult. And they're teaching them how. And it's a faith-based program. And it's the more I learn about the program and the more I talk to people that are in it, it's phenomenal. But then I started thinking that they need somewhere to go when they get out. And that's why we adopted them. But Wichita Falls, we're a small town. Mm-hmm. And we're just now really starting to discover that not just now, but you know, almost everybody at Catholic Charities is a vet. I think everybody's a veteran at Catholic Charities belongs to our post.
Right.
Because I brought them into the post and they saw what we were doing and they joined.
That's great.
And that, when you know, that says a lot about us. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, great. So, let's see, Roger. Tell us a little about your family life. How, I know you said your wife.
My wife is a Marine.
Never
not a Marine.
Never not.
We've been together for going on 28 years.
Wow.
We have a 32-year-old. She had Logan before I met her, and so he's my son. I raised him. And then we have Colby. He's 23, and Piper, she's 21. Oh. And Colby and Piper live with us right now. Piper's going back to Arizona to go to Grand Canyon University in August.
Wow.
Colby's just working here, but he's going to go back to school and study. I don't know what, but something. But so he moved here earlier in the year from Arizona. And so, you know, now we have a full house again.
Yeah.
And that's, you know,
basically,
we're busy.
Yeah.
But you know, they're adults. They do their own thing. We do our own thing. And
I'm sure they're proud of the man you became, and the man you're still gonna keep striving to be. I really appreciate your service in the military and your service to your community outside of the service, and those
you too,
may.
Because hey, look, we're stronger together than we are singularly.
Correct.
Because if I need something from you guys, if I need help from MAVA, I know you'll help. And you know, you got my card. All you gotta do is call me. You got my number. I'll be there. And it's like Wichita Falls is a small town. Our resources are limited. We're not Dallas or Fort Worth or Austin.
Right.
You know, we do have limited resources, and we have to to work together.
We've ran into each other on several.
Wait a lot.
Yes, a lot. So it's not like we're never going to run into each other like in the big cities. You know, you can get lost in the big city,
right?
You know, and never see another person that you know again. But I like Wichita Falls, good community. Like I said, a little big town. You know, big town where we as veterans organizations, and you've stressed it at several of our banquets, that we need, you know, to collaborate.
Absolutely.
And actually keep bettering ourselves, for not only for ourselves. The importance is the veteran that needs help.
Yeah.
Because I was one of them.
You know, we talk, and you know, the other thing, you know, you hate bringing this up, but it's like the 22 a day. They say that 22 vets a day. It's I can tell you this, it's far more than that.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
It's really, really tragic. But all we can do is do the best we can and find them, identify them, get them the help they need. And I think we do a pretty good job here in Wichita Falls about that.
We do. We're
getting the word out. I always have my cards in my pocket, and I guarantee you, if I'm in United, Walmart, I don't care where I'm at, Atwoods, and if you're wearing a veteran's hat,
Patch Drive-In,
if you're wearing a veteran's hat or something,
Casa.
I guarantee you that I am going to walk up to you, introduce myself, and ask if you belong to a post.
Correct. And I always thank each and every one of them for their service.
Absolutely. Especially the Vietnam era guys.
Oh, man.
I have some Vietnam era coins, and I try to carry a few with me all the time. And if I see a guy with a Vietnam hat, I always shake his hand and say, "Welcome back, brother."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Reeves, I'm just going to say it's been a pleasure talking to you and hearing your story. MAVA is passionate about hearing our local veterans. We want to hear their stories. Excuse me. And I believe we've achieved that today with your presence. And
well, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. I tell you, one of we're the Mexican American Veterans Association, but right here is the key. American veterans.
Absolutely.
We are all brothers and sisters in arms.
Ain't that
and
right?
We'll do it again.
Ain't that right?
Uh-huh. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up this podcast, and I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to our local veterans talk about their stories. And one thing we always close with is we always want to know, and if you can reach out, we always ask our community, what have you done for your country? And at that, we'd like to say thank you again and good night.